Happy and blessed Feast of the Epiphany. Hello, I'm Father James Kubicki. Let's celebrate this feast by listening to part of something that Pope Benedict said last year on the Epiphany. He said, "Today we are celebrating the great feast of the Epiphany, the mystery of the Lord's manifestation to all the peoples, represented by the Magi, who came from the east to worship the King of the Jews." St. Matthew, who recounts the event, stresses that they arrived in Jerusalem following a star that they had seen rising and interpreted as a sign of the birth of the King proclaimed by the prophets. However, having arrived in Jerusalem, the Magi needed the priests and scribes to direct them in order to know exactly where to go, namely Bethlehem. On their journey, the star and the sacred scriptures were the two lights that guided the Magi, who appear to us as models of authentic seekers of the truth. They were wise men who scrutinized the stars and knew the history of the peoples. They were men of science in the broad sense who observed the cosmos, considering it almost as an open book full of divine signs and messages for human beings. Their knowledge, therefore, far from claiming to be self-sufficient, was open to further divine revelations and calls. They could have said, "We will do it our own way. We do not need anyone," thereby avoiding, according to our mentality today, all contamination between science and the Word of God. I love how Pope Benedict puts that, and how he holds up to us the example of those three Magi. For them, science and religion were not opposed. Why? Because the goal of both science and religion is the same. What's that goal? Truth. May we too be honest seekers of the truth.